Sunderland.
Mr Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for calling me. I rise to support last week's excellent budget, but also perhaps to provide some context into why this is so important for my constituency in Bracknell and why the local offer is so good. As we know, Bracknell Forest locally is the Silicon Valley of the Thames Valley. We are very strong of a vibrant and strong economy in the borough and can boast a number of world-class companies. 150 international companies have their offices in Bracknell, including Syngenta, 3M, Fujitsu, Honda, Waitrose, Panasonic, Hitachi, Dell, and so many others. And why is that important? Well, Bracknell can act as a template, I think, for what can be achieved elsewhere in the country, because we've got business and the way we live personally integrated so well. And Bracknell is a home for fantastic infrastructure and business, and it's vital that these companies remain in Bracknell as we go forward. Well, so what? Last week, the Chancellor announced the delivery of 12 new investment zones across the UK. When we list them, West Midlands, Greater Manchester, the North East, South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, East Midlands, Teesside and Liverpool, in addition to at least one in each of Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, that totals 11. Well, Mr Deputy Speaker, my contention is that Berkshire, Bracknell, could be a perfect candidate for the 12th. And I'm going to push for it. And with the Minister in her place, I'm going to state the case right now. Well, we know that to qualify for this particular thing, it's £80 million of support for a range of interventions, including skills, infrastructure, tax relief and business rates retention. Each area will need to successfully identify where they can offer, quote, a bold and imaginative partnership between local government and the university or research institute in a way that catalyses new innovation clusters. Well, Mr Deputy Speaker, guess what? We've got lots of innovation clusters right now in Bracknell. We've got a very close tie-up locally with Reading University. And of course, we've got Syngenta at Gillett's Hill, which is about to become, hopefully, a global hub for agricultural R&D. Huge investment, 3,000 jobs. It's a no-brainer. And I think we've got all of the ingredients locally for why I think this can make a really, really good case. Bracknell has got full employment. It's got the best performing healthcare trust, one of in the country. 40 of 40 schools are graded good or outstanding. We've got fantastic leisure facilities, open spaces. We've got one of the top 5 average incomes of any borough in the country. Plus the Lexicon shopping centre. What more do we need? But the important thing is it's run by a Conservative council, and that Conservative council is absolutely focused on local investment, on technology and infrastructure, and also full employment. The offer is really good locally. Well, Bracknell is a hub for R&D, having also more than 200 organisations that contribute to R&D in the constituency, in addition to those companies that are based there. And the budget last week labelled economic growth as its core objective, and that is true of many of Bracknell's companies, especially in R&D. And it also promotes strong economic growth, exciting new job opportunities to stable local economies. And to prove the point, if a qualifying small or medium-sized business spends 40% or more of the total expenditure on R&D, they'll be able to claim a credit worth £27 for every £100 they spend. That is a huge tax rebate. And actually talking to one of the bosses of our Formula One teams based in the UK a couple of weeks ago, he told me that that's worth millions of pounds to him every year. And it's true that it's worth millions of pounds to SMEs right across the UK. The UK has got to be a place for R&D, for AI, for investment, for tech, for innovation, and we've got just a place in Bracknell. But before I finish, just some concerns if I can. The first thing is that the way that R&D tax credits work is that they are a net credit after tax. In other words, credit is taxed at the prevailing rate of corporation tax. So if that CT goes from 19 to 25%, then the value of the credit goes down. My point here, the Minister in her place, is that let's please leave corporation tax as low as it can be. That's for the benefit of all of us. Secondly, the types of business that will benefit in Bracknell will be life sciences. Given the significant upfront development and almost by definition research. The challenge for these businesses locally is that if they are pre-revenue and pre-profit, a tax credit, even carried forward, may be of limited value. Therefore, please, we need additional incentivisation to make that happen. And the third point is you need a suitably qualified workforce to carry out R&D, a high-tech workforce. We've got that in Bracknell. So alongside tax credits, you also need to ensure the availability of skilled labour. And I can't stress enough, in parts of the country, particularly in the South East and Berkshire, where we have full employment, luckily so, we need to do more to generate more labour. Therefore, bringing people back into the workplace over 50s, and all of the schemes announced last week are absolutely brilliant. So to conclude, Mr Deputy Speaker, I want to commend the budget if I can, please. It will entice people back into work and it will entice more R&D, which can only benefit Berkshire and Bracknell and elsewhere across the UK. And secondly, why not an investment hub in Bracknell too? Thank you.
Thank you. Ruth Jones.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.